What events led to the Civil Rights Act? Have you ever wondered what events set the stage for the Civil Rights Act? The journey to this monumental legislation was filled with significant moments that shaped American history. The Civil Rights Act of 1960 was born from a series of events and movements that highlighted the urgent need to end racial discrimination and segregation. In the early 20th century, many states enforced segregation through laws known as Jim Crow laws. These laws mandated separate facilities for Black and white Americans, creating a deeply divided society. After World War II, the civil rights movement gained momentum. African American veterans and activists began demanding equal rights and an end to racial injustice. A turning point occurred in the early 1960s, driven by activists like Martin Luther King Jr. and organizations such as the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. In 1963, the Birmingham campaign in Alabama became a focal point for civil rights protests. King and local leaders organized sit-ins, boycotts, and marches to challenge segregation. The campaign intensified when schoolchildren joined the protests in what became known as the Children's Crusade. The violent response from local authorities shocked the nation. Images of peaceful demonstrators being met with fire hoses and police dogs were broadcast across the country. This shocking footage increased public pressure on the federal government to take action. Tragedy struck later that year when a bombing at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham killed 4 young African American girls. This heartbreaking event further fueled calls for change. In June 1963, President John F. Kennedy proposed comprehensive civil rights legislation in response to the growing demands for justice. After Kennedy's assassination in November 1963, President Lyndon B. Johnson took up the cause. In a powerful address to Congress, Johnson urged lawmakers to pass the Civil Rights Bill as a tribute to Kennedy's legacy. The proposed legislation aimed to outlaw discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin in public accommodations, education, and federally funded programs. The legislative process faced fierce opposition, especially from Southern senators who launched a lengthy filibuster in the Senate. Despite this, Johnson and civil rights advocates persevered. After intense debate, the Civil Rights Act was passed by both the House and Senate and signed into law by President Johnson on July 2, 1964. This act marked a major victory for the civil rights movement. It legally ended segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination. The Civil Rights Act laid the foundation for further amendments and legislation to promote equality and protect civil rights throughout the 1960s and beyond. Reflecting on the events that led to the Civil Rights Act reminds us of the power of collective action. Ordinary citizens and courageous leaders united to challenge injustice and rewrite the rules of American society. The Civil Rights Act stands as a symbol of hope and progress, highlighting a time when the quest for fairness and dignity for all became a national priority.